So this is the second part of the video of the lesson Beyond Earth. So the upcoming topics are to be continued. Comets. A comet is a small chunk of dust and ice that orbits or travels around the sun. It is sometimes described as dirty snowball. There are billions of comets in the solar system, but most never pass close by Earth. Comets have icy center surrounded by large cloud of dust and gases. Comets are also called as visiting stars because it appears only once in 76 years. Halley Comet was the first comet seen. It is named because Mr. Edmund Halley was observed when it is appeared in 1682. Comets are celestial bodies that revolve around the sun like other planets but has very large orbit. Therefore, it takes several years to complete one revolution. Comets are also called as brilliant star, like heads surrounded by cloud matter and illuminated tail pointing away from the sun. As it approaches the sun, it becomes brighter. The tail, consisting of gaseous matter, sometimes stretches over thousands of kilometers in the sky. As a comet travels away from the sun, its tail gradually becomes smaller and finally disappears. A comet coming in contact with another celestial object can sometimes be disastrous. For example, between July 16 and July 22, 1994, the comet Shoemaker Levy 9 collided with the planet Jupiter. The impact had a dramatic effect on the atmosphere of the planet. Plumes of dust were raised and for 1,000 kilometers with hot bubbles of gases. Meteoroids. Occasionally, people observe bright streaks of light called shooting stars in the sky, and many of us happen to make a wish. Streaks of light are called meteors. Meteors are created when lump of rock or metal burns up as it passes through Earth's atmosphere. Lump of rocks or metals that travel around the solar system orbiting the sun are called as meteoroids. Most of the meteoroids that cross the path of the Earth's orbit are so small that they burn up completely before they reach the surface of Earth. Those large enough to reach the surface of Earth are known as meteorites. When meteors hit the Earth's surface, large craters are created. There are times when we see hundreds of meteors entering the Earth's atmosphere and burning up before reaching the Earth's surface. This is called as meteor shower. Asteroids. Asteroids are tiny rocky and metallic objects occasionally identified as minor planets or planetoids like Sedna that orbit the sun but are too small to be considered as planet. Most of the asteroids are found between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. This region is known as asteroid belt. One of the dwarf planet Ceres lies in this belt. So asteroids are considered to be the dwarf planet. The moon and its phases. The dearest object of every individual in the night sky is lovely moon. The name of our moon is Luna. We see the moon changing its shape from the perfect circle to being almost invisible. The moon, made of rocks, is Earth's natural satellite. It is about one quarter the size of Earth. It is about 4.5 billion years old. The moon is full of valleys, mountains, old volcano sites and many holes called craters. In early phase of its formation, the moon too was hit by meteoroids and asteroids. But back then it was hot, so any such impact made it ooze lava. Many of the craters are created by this impact. However, today such hit will not cause any volcano as the moon has cooled down and become solid rock. It revolves around the earth in an orbit at an average distance of 3,84,000 km from the earth. It takes the same time of 29.5 days to complete one revolution around the earth. Hence, the same fact of the moon is always turned towards the earth, which means you only see one side of the moon from the earth. Next it is phases of the moon. The revolution of the moon around the earth causes the change in its shape. It takes 29.5 days or about 4 weeks for one lunar revolution in the lunar month. This revolution causes the lunar phases. Phases represent the illuminated portions of the moon as we see them from the earth. These phases are determined by the moon's relation with the sun and the earth. As the moon begins orbiting earth, the sun's light reflects off the moon, causing different paths to glow. Orbiting 360 degree, it passes through 8 different angles. Next it is phases of the moon. The revolution of the moon around the earth causes the change in its shape. It takes 29.5 days or about 4 weeks for one lunar revolution in the lunar month. This revolution causes the lunar phases. Phases represent the illuminated portions of the moon as we see them from the earth. These phases are determined by the moon's relation with the sun and the earth. As the moon begins orbiting earth, the sun's light reflects off the moon, causing different paths to glow. Orbiting 360 degree, it passes through 8 different angles. The next it is lunar eclipse. The new moon is a phase when we don't see the moon at all, but it is actually there in the form of small crescent. This happens because the shadow side is facing the earth. When the moon appears to be growing, we say it is waxing. When the moon appears to be getting smaller, we say it is waning. Understood? When a moon is growing, we call it as waxing of moon. When a moon getting smaller, we call it as waning of moon. During the full moon, if the sun, moon and the earth align and the moon passes through earth's shadow, we call it as lunar eclipse. In lunar month, the moon takes 29.5 days to complete one revolution. A lunar month is the time the moon takes to pass through a complete cycle of its phases and is measured from new moon to new moon. And here your lesson Beyond Earth has completed now. So hope you would have understood. So if you have any doubts, you can re-watch the videos which has been sent to you previously and this video too. Thank you. Have a good day.